gentlemen, if you've been through our cycle and you go ahead and you've already funded with us, we now have access to other banks.
Yep.
And that's what we mean about shifting is understand guidelines are going to change. New banks are going to have less restrictions. Banks are now have money to put out. We spoke to a few bankers and we predict that there's going to be a bank that soon is because the FDIC now they lifted.
Don't give too much.
They lifted the FDIC lifted the ban or the review that they had on them. They're not going to go crazy and start giving out money. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about understanding what the needs are. Just like how you look at you look at the news you look at the Weather Channel to see what the weather is. We do the same exact thing with bankers. We speak to bankers on a daily basis to understand what the guidelines are so we can go ahead and present that to you. We do the legwork to make it easy for you to become funded.
And just like social media, like when things are trending, it's like what everybody's talking about right now. There's certain programs and there's certain processes that become trending in our industry that we always have to keep our ear to the ground and we always need to, know how to pivot. And ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand, once you give a client like a line of credit or a term loan or an SBA, which is going to be the cheapest cost of capital, it's going to be monthly payments, it's going to be exactly what they want. When the other guys try to call him and try to call the clients and they try to give high interest money or something like that, it's hard for them to go from up here to like a CD paper program. You know what I mean? So when another creme de la creme program comes out a couple of months later, let's believe we're right in our same client's face, and they already know that we showed them proof once, so they're more than likely to go ahead and go with us again. So it's all about staying in their face.
Correct, and even it's not just cash advances. We talk about business. Daryl and I are big on business lending, right? Because that's what we've done. That's what we know a lot of. But even on the mortgage side, Stanley, would you agree and would you say that that everything is shifting? And Stanley is very, very big on finding new lenders. He and I get into arguments at times because he's always just shopping, lender matching. Go ahead.
I do.
He forgot that he can lend his own money.
He forgot. That's what I'm like, Stanley, what are you doing?
Elsewhere.
Right? Because that's what it is, right? So everyone waits till something happens. Piss poor preparation gives piss poor results. So I always go in when someone sends us a deal or says, yo, can you look at this deal and we can't get it done? It triggers something like, why can't we get it done? Why do they have term sheets somewhere else? We have to be prepared for this stuff. So just like even when we talk about mindset, when we talk about recession resistance and different pivoting, why do you have to be pivoting if you're prepared? It's just you already have it set up. So that's always been our mindset. That's why we're always learning and looking at the market. When it comes to real estate, we're paying attention to the Federal Reserve, seeing right now what the president says, because within a minute of a president talking to the Federal Reserve, or we're talking about inflation, we're talking about tariffs, those are all adjusting prices. At one point, we had builders slowing down on their growth projections because they couldn't manage the material costs. We were just at a high net worth meeting last month actually, where they said the financial impact on building a new home has increased by 20% just because the current administration's immigration policies. And this is in politics. I don't care if you're a conservative, liberal, Democrat, or conservative. The numbers are the numbers. The cost of immigration enforcement right now, shrinking that labor market, resulting in higher cost labor. The tariffs creating the higher cost of material is affecting the real estate market in two ways. Like I said, some people look at high prices. They look at the storm, the fire, right? Yo, this is a disaster. Prices are going up. People can't afford it. But look at if you're an investor. You're looking at it as, you know what, this is a great time to buy property for cheap and sell it for more. Some new investors, this is a great time to get cheap capital through a home equity and then buy another investment property because I see the rents going up. So no matter, even our market in New York, one of the things people love saying is New York's real estate market is very non-landlord friendly, but a lot of these cities don't have enough housing for the people that live in them. So if you're a landlord acquiring a property at the right price, these are the opportunities. So when someone says, I won't invest in New York, an opportunity says, I will invest in New York at this price and try to get there. Just to add one tidbit, there's a gentleman, I won't mention his name, huge hedge fund, young gentleman, huge hedge fund, and he was giving education. And I want all the viewers right now, if you live next to a major city, look at the big buildings in your city, right? And just entertain this for a minute, and talk to a builder and be like, if I want to, let's say the building's going for, let's say 300,000. Ask that builder, an old builder, how much would it cost me to rebuild that building? I will guarantee it will cost almost double the amount to rebuild that same exact building. Now, if you think opportunity, you're going, hold on, I'm getting this commercial property for, let's say, $500,000. No one in this area could rebuild it because they would have to spend $1 million. That's a deal. You know you have the unicorn in the market because no one else could build it. But that's a different state of mind. So I go back to when we say salesmen and people like us look for opportunities because we know how to pivot. It isn't market's doing bad, we're gonna make money as brokers. Market's doing good, we're gonna make money as brokers. That's the mentality you have to have, gentlemen.
You know what, Stanley? One of the things that I wanted to ask you.
Which commercial were you quoting right now?
It was.
I don't know. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. Stanley's got like a bunch of different colors. But no,
He love me out here.
Stanley. What I wanted to. That's a long ass applause. Jeez. No, what I want to ask you, Stanley, is when it comes to real estate, when it comes to real estate investors, right? Do investors typically invest in states that they're not really like? Is it something where they just want to like try to strike gold in random states, or do people really only try to monetize the state and the area that they're in? Like, is there any like rhyme or reason, or is it just like random?
It's not random. It's
listen, and the reason why I asked you that is because, like, I know that you have other states that you invest in, that you have properties in other states. So, like, is it just research yourself going and seeing it, or do you just like hear something and say, you know what, I'm gonna try to follow the trend and strike while the iron's hot? How do you go about that?
Never ever follow a trend. Always do homework. Real estate is numbers. It's not rocket science. The only variable that you can't control is human beings. That's like contractors. Will someone come to the site when they're supposed to? Will they leave with the material you already paid for? That's human beings. And that's the real dice roll, because you know what you're acquiring the property for. And just so you know, when you order appraisal for a fix and flip with Fund Rock Capital, that appraisal has two components. One will tell you the as-is value. Then you're going to give the appraisal all the stuff you plan to do with it. And based on that scope of work, they'll tell you what it's supposed to sell for in that market. So before you close, your appraisal should tell you where you should land, unless something rare happens like a tornado or something rips up.
Yeah.
So you're going into it. So when I look at markets, like I do in New York, I do Detroit, I do Georgia, right? But I know what I'm looking for in those markets. So when I do a Detroit, I'm buying a property for $20,000 to $75,000. Yeah, I'm gonna put another 75. Let's say the one that I bought for 25,000. I put 80,000 into it, but I know I'm selling for 300,000. So I know the markets but I know what I'm doing. I could walk in a house and I know how much sheetrock costs. I know how long it takes to paint a 3,000 square foot home. And I tell people, and a lot of people that are scared to get into investing, I will tell you this: just because you don't do the work doesn't mean you can use that excuse not to know the work. And I think that's where a lot of people get taken advantage of, because they default and just listen to the contractor. If a contractor would tell you this is a huge job, do a brand new roof, and it's done in 2 days. Let me give you an example. And I've said this, I think I've used this analogy before. One of my first homes I flipped, I had a gentleman come in and say, I'm going to put this boiler. I didn't know much about it. If you don't know what a boiler is, it's the heating system for the home. When water comes into the home, it heats it up either for domestic, which is washing your hands and taking showers, and other for your heating, like if you have baseboard heat, radiator heat. Keeps your house warm. So I don't know any better, but I knew this person personally. Stanley, this is $12,000, $14,000 job. I'm going to have state of a unit. You know how much work should go into it. So I was like, okay, you know what? This is my friend. I trust him. Exactly. I love you. Yeah, that laughed. So if I recall, I gave him $12,000. The next day he comes with a heating system maybe this big, not that big. Once again, I'm not judging it. I don't know the technology. He comes with an assistant. Remember, I gave him $12,000. His assistant in New York at that time, you get paid, day laborers get paid with $125 a day. So day one, they worked in the front of the lawn, bending copper, things of that nature. Then the next day, the town had to come and they do a pressure test to make sure there's no leaks for gas or water leaks. But when they put it up, I had to be there for the inspector to pump it up with a bicycle pump. Pump it up. The system holds air. If you know anything about plumbing, where make sure there's no leaks. The next day he comes by himself after the town's passed inspection, does the connections and all. So then a week later, I'm looking at this thing, and I paid $12,000. This something was bothering me. I took a picture. I took it to what they call Huntington Plumbing Supply. I went. Every city, every town has a place besides just Home Depot where they have specialty plumbing supplies, electric things of that nature. And I brought the picture to them. I was like, please rebuild this for me. He said the main unit is $2,500. All the other pieces were $1,000. I said, what? He said, that's $3,500 in plumbing. So right there, I spent, what was that? $8,500 for 2 days worth of labor. And then that was the moment I realized I have no excuse if I'm really going to be an investor to not know the work. Because I could have easily went and paid for the boiler $2,500. Tell me what pieces you need, buy them for $1,000, bring them to the job site and say how much you do the labor and time. That's what I want to pay for. Now, he was a lot easier for him to say $12,000 with the unit, but if he told me he's going to be there for 2 days for $8,000, let's be real here. All of us would have said, what are you really doing for that money? But just because you don't do the work doesn't mean you're not supposed to know the work. So that would be my tidbit.
Stanley, that was very irresponsible of you because you could have
Google wasn't popular back then.
What I would have
Yeah,
done.
what was this? What was this? The 80s?
What my wife tells me all the time is go to Home Depot and make friends. I don't know what that means.
Well, they probably ask you for your carpenter card. They're like,
Yo, I was gonna say, is that because you're Mexican?
Go to Home Depot and make friends. I'm like, oh my God, no. Well, listen, you definitely, especially, listen, just like in any trade, I mean, and it happens in the very beginning. Once you're starting off, you wanna obviously, number one, do right? But you're a little gullible, and everything comes with experience, because you assume that everyone wants to do good business. Correct. Or everyone is just like you, where they're fair, they're knowledgeable. Oh my God, they're telling me this, that, and the third. So what they're saying is correct. But just like in your experience, you went out and you figured you went out and saw what it costs, right? Because majority of the time, I was getting charged by a friend, to do a patio, just lay the cement down. I think he said $8,000.
Yep.
$8,000, and I said, okay. I thought it was a good price. My wife was like, you know what? You are out of your mind. She was like, listen, I'm gonna make you a bet. I am going to get this done for $3,000 or less. Okay. And it's funny because everything is perception. The way it was presented was, Jose, I got to knock this down. I got to do this. I got to bring the trucks in to do this.
So you got to know the work.
Do this, do that, do that.
Know the work.
And I was like, all right, it sounds like it
costs $8,000. Sounds like it's $8,000.
It sounds expensive. Listen, she went, she did her due diligence. She spoke to several people. She said, listen, I'm going to bring you the material. I'm going to bring you the material. You're going to do everything else. You're just going to do labor. You know what it costs? $2,500.
Damn.
$2,500.
Clap it up for wifey.
And I was like, wow, you know what? I definitely have to do that. I don't know which one it is. Boom, I give him a palm.
Fuck Master Flex.
But you know what? And that's true. You have to understand, if you're going to get into something, number one, understand what you're doing. And Stanley, like I said, and I love what Stanley says this all the time, is just go on YouTube. Look, do your due diligence. It doesn't cost nothing. A lot of people, what they do is that drop out of school, they've learned their trade or whatever it is on YouTube, right? Yep. YouTube Academy, call it, right? Where now everything is accessible to you. A phone that you have in the palm of your hand. And I apologize for the back noise. You know what it is? Phones are always ringing in our office, right? And that's the best thing, is that they're always ringing because people are always in need for money. So they're always calling back. They just get home, etc. So, it's not a bad thing. And I do apologize, but you know what it is? We have to, as soon as we get off this, we definitely got to make sure that our answering service picks up the phone, because a lot of people are in need. Trust me, you would call in if you heard that you can get a stated business line of credit, no bank statements, no tax returns, and all you needed was a 680 score. So I can't blame them for calling in. We're not going to mute it, because then what we're going to do is, obviously, if someone's here, they can pick it up. But getting back to the conversation is, you have to understand what it is that you are getting into. If you're going to become an investor, understand that, understand and do your research at all times.
Let me add a little tidbit.
Wait, hold on. But before you add, I just want to read with 0% starter pack 500K said.
Oh, yeah.
Well, first off, thank you very much for tuning in this evening.
He said that
Cost of education.
Stanley had $8,500 educational package.
I've said that my whole life.
Yeah. Yep.
When I was younger, I was a licensed stockbroker, and I was at, I forgot the gentleman's name. That was bad, but he taught me. He's like, "Yo, listen, when you don't, at some point in your life, you're gonna pay for college.
Yeah.
It's not always at an university. So either you're in the streets, you're gonna learn that lesson. The question is, how much will it cost you? And it comes two things, right? And all of us have had things that where we thought we would be in life, what we thought would accomplish, and we get taken off that path, right? Some people change by getting hit by a feather. Some people get changed by getting hit by a Mack truck. I've learned that young.
Cheers. That was a bar. Can we cheers to that? Out the salsa? All right, go ahead.
We all learn those things. And I tell people, like one of my friends, right? I call him a Ghost, so I'll just use his nickname. And we grew up together. We didn't have money or anything. But for some reason, he got this bug to start a landscaping company. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, bro, I cut lawns and throw leaves in buckets. His little brother goes, you know what? And he was the first one to get on YouTube for us, right? He would go out there and tell someone, how much do you want? You want a fence? They would find someone who wants a fence. What's your highest bid? And let's say they say 5,000. He's like, I'll do it for 4. Once the person agrees, he go to YouTube and learn how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It was the funniest thing. And we were so in awe. We're like, no one's going to get, you don't even know what you're doing. He's like, I just need to undercut because now you're paying me to learn. So even if I make, let's say the average person makes $2,000-$3,000, I made that, who cares? You just paid me to learn something that now I could charge everyone else for. And right now, I'm telling you, his business does over $1 million a year based off of YouTube.
Mindset.
Till this day. Till
Not
this
YouTube,
day.
mindset.
You
It's
ask him to
mindset.
do a job, and mind you, I won't say his name or his company, so no one thinks he just learns everything on YouTube. But I'm telling
He definitely did.
I'm gonna actually I'm gonna ask him if he'll come on the podcast. I'm gonna ask him. So you know this is a real story. I'm gonna ask him. He goes to your house till this day. Oh, I'm trying to change the pillars, and he's like, okay, how much was your quote? And they always say they give the price. And then once you give the price to them, I can do it for cheaper.
Stanley, it's so funny because you said your friend was Ghost. I was like, did he have a son named Tariq? I wasn't really sure.
But you know what it is. What that shows.
That's my question.
Listen, what that shows is just being able to adapt.
On the podcast,
Right, just being able to adapt because everything is perception.
Yeah.
Right, 100%. Everything is perception. There's really no sale. Right, if I'm gonna tell you, if I'm gonna, if I have an approval for you, and it's an MCA, and you tell me I hate daily payments, no problem. How would I present it to you, Mr. Jones? Which is the truth. Do you understand why there's a daily payment? Number one, it's a monthly payment. I'm giving you a monthly payment. Understand that this is a monthly payment. I am doing you a favor. You want to know why? I'm gonna break it up for you into 20 installments. You want to know why? Let's go over your bank statements. Look at your daily deposit. It's easier for you to recover from a $100 payment than it is for you to recover from a $2,000 payment, especially if your bank statements are telling me that last month, at the end of the month, you only ended your account with $150 or $500. You know, everything is perception, and you're not lying to the client. You're just putting it in perspective for them, but still it's perception the way you present it to them.
Yeah.
Right.
The numbers are always going to be the numbers, and you can't really fabricate them, right? At some point, they're going to see the numbers in black and white, and they're going to have to sign it. How you go ahead and frame it, and you want to explain the benefits, and 2, you tell them exactly why they qualify for what they qualify for, it makes that pill a little easier to swallow. And realistically, I mean, that's just it when it comes to finance in general. People are going to shop around. They're going to shop your deal around. No one's just going to go ahead and do business with you because they like you. Jose's famous for that. You know, we always have new brokers on the floor that's going to go ahead and be like, oh, he's reached back out to me because he said he wants to do business with me. It's not true,
Because he likes me.
He does not know you.
Never works.
All right? He does not know you, but you have the best deal for him right now. I think, Jose, didn't you got an MCA done just the other day, I believe, Jose, where someone lost the, like, I guess he was shopping, and then he said he was going to go take the other deal, but then he came back to you, and you were like, it's because the other deal died, right?
Right.
And it's just like a little bit of like a humbling moment for you. Can you just share that experience?
So yeah, no, we had this one client consistently giving me pushback. Listen, I can't. No. The cost of money. As a matter of fact, you know what? Someone's offering me a monthly payment. Okay, no problem. I get it. I understand. Listen, if there's a better deal out there, maybe someone else has a better program. As a matter of fact, I would love for you to tell me who they are because maybe I can go ahead and share them with other clients. But I can tell you, doing this, you have this, and this that play a negative on your profile. So it may be true. I'm not going to call you a liar. Take that route because I am not here to convince you to take my deal if you feel you have something better on the other side.
Correct.
Why would I do that? That's the dumbest thing ever. I would waste my time. Please go and do me a favor. Once you've exhausted that option and it doesn't go through, come back to me. But and then that's when everyone, oh no, but you know what? But I like you. I know you could do better. Go back and no, I can't.
Oh,
I can't. I'm telling you, I can't. You have a better deal out there. Why are you not taking it? Why are you
on the phone with me?
Why? You understand? And the best thing about that is that when that happens, it's now, and that's happened to me about 5 times. That now, it's crazy because I'm trying to get off the phone. I'm trying to get off the phone with the client.
Yep.
But he's keeping me on the phone, explaining to me why I should take him on as a client.
yeah.
But this combines to what we were talking about before. Just because you don't do the work
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean you shouldn't know the work. Meaning that just because you're not the client taking the money, you should know the product and the need. So we have that on the Fun Rock side also, where a client will say, "I have better terms." They're like, "Okay, go take it. Why are we on the phone?"
Yeah.
And they'll stay on the phone with you because they're trying to give you an offer that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
The same thing. And I'm like, hold on. You know what? If I was you, I'd take it right now. Like, can I know the lender so I can send a deal there? And then they go, well, and then all of a sudden, but I
You
have
did do
this.
that. I heard you do that.
You did do that little moan on the phone.
Yeah.
You did. I heard you.
It happens. I don't waste my time. It's not that I don't know the space. And listen, and sometimes it happens, but they don't tell you the whole story. So they'll go to Jose and go, I have better terms. But the person that's giving them more money, they gave tax returns to.
Oh, yeah.
Or oh no, it's through this bank, but I gave them my pay stubs. So there's always that variable they don't tell you. That's why I always tell clients when they're like, oh well, my friend got a rate of 3% and it's great. They didn't tell you that they missed their last 6 payments and now they're on a loan modification.
Correct.
That's why they have
3.25.
Exactly. They didn't tell you the whole story.
Yes.
Or they go to Jose. Oh well, I have better terms. Like, what are you talking about? Your merchant account, they're pulling money every single day from you when Jose's offering you a weekly.
Yeah. So remember, it's knowing your product. You have to know your product. If you know your product, no one will ever go ahead and beat you. And mindset is the same thing, but also confidence. You understand? Have the confidence. You're the best at what you do. The reason why you send us over deals is because you know we're going to give you approvals. There's going to be something that Lucas is going to roll out real soon that is going to be beneficial to all brokers, where now you guys are going to start selling your own deals. Right? It's going to be huge. But you have to learn the products.
Commission increases.
And it does. I half the people that I speak to, you guys know I say this all the time. Less people I have to get involved, more money you make.
Yep.
So you can only imagine if you're at that, and I have to we get rid of the sales representative, then you make a substantial amount of more money. I don't want to throw percentages.
Don't do it yet.
Don't do it yet.
Percentages, but
Listen, on
listen.
an interview today.
August 1st.
We had an interview.
August 1st.
I had an interview today. They came in and I gave them both comps, and they were like, "Do I have to work in office?"
Straight up.
They wanted like, "What? How much is Broker's Connection?" But I'll let Lucas roll it out when you roll it
Listen,
out.
we're out here just for all the affiliates. Everyone, I've had affiliates call me up, say, "Hey, we watch you on a podcast. You guys are great. Great programs. Thank you very much." But also, too, we're here to just change the game. We don't want to take over or just we don't want to take over your deal. We would rather you do all the work. Let us be your back office, and that's what's going to come. And trust me, every person out there, everyone else that tries to do has affiliates, etc., they're gonna have to readjust, just like how they did it before, because the commission structure will definitely change in your favor, 100%. And it's understanding the product, but please believe in yourself. Understand that you are the best. The reason why you come to us is because we provide better approvals than anyone else can, and we have the programs that everyone else sends us deals to. You send a deal to someone else and at another company, they're sending the deal right back to us. There's no reason for you to make less money by not sending the deal directly to us. Whether it's a credit card, whether it's a stated business line of credit, whether it's a mortgage, whether it's a fix and flip, whether it's a new construction, whether it's a commercial property, send it over to us. As a matter of fact, you know what? Even if you're sending it to someone else, you want to send it over to us. You want to know why? At the end of the day, when someone competes for your business, who's the one that wins at the end of the day? You do. The client does. Why? Because they want to earn your business. Darryl was famous for this. He was talking about the best. What was it? Was it Walmart? I mean, when you and I first started off, it was Walmart, right? Drop your prices or compare match.
Yeah,
Something like that?
price matching. Walmart, Target, PC Riches, Best Buy. Like if you walk into Best Buy with a Target ad for the same TV and it's like $50 cheaper, you know, they're just going to honor the price because they want to earn your business while you're there for a reason. Not even knowing that the Target that you went to, like that TV's out of stock, so that's why they look. You know what I'm saying? But companies will just do whatever they can to, you know, kind of earn your business. So it's all about, you know, learning, knowing the landscape, just like Sam was saying, knowing the work. Yeah. But listen, one thing that I definitely want to say, because I wanted to read what 0% Starter Pack said, who's on fire this, you know, this evening. Thanks for tuning in. Are you guys running into proof of citizenship steps increasing? Now,
what type of programs?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, I'm assuming by the name 0% Starter Pack, you're talking about what? Credit cards or what? What are you talking about? Can you unmute yourself?
Well, if you want to unmute yourself in chat, I mean, we'd love to have some dialogue. Or if you're out at like dinner or something.
Hey, there he is.
You're good. How you guys doing?
Doing well. Yourself?
Fantastic.
Good.
Fantastic.
So talk to us.
Yeah, I got some. I mean, like straight up revenue based.
What type of program are you running?
It's like MCAs.
Equipment financing. I run equipment financing to SBA.
Okay, now
everything in between, fix and flip, round up, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, so let me ask you a question because there's two programs. There are revenue based programs. I fund ITINs all the time, right? And they have no legal. There's some of them have no legal status, but their business is doing well. So it depends on how much money they need because we don't know much about the equipment side of things, right? Equipment financing side of things. They may need a social or proof of citizenship. But for us to get revenue based, if the money is enough and they have enough coming in, we can go ahead and get it. I just funded someone today with an I-10.
Yeah.
Banks.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Banks are also doing it. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but there are certain banks that do it that would go ahead. They're giving business lines of credit to I-10 clients.
Yeah, they're doing 0% and business lines.
Yeah, they need to just have a relationship.
Now, I could totally see why equipment financing would be a little bit tougher for a non-citizen. I could totally see that because if the guy defaults, what are they going to do? Go pick up a tractor for somebody that's not really like
tractor,
no, but I know I don't even understand it because
put a tracking on it,
right. You have collateral. It would make more sense to do it on equipment financing because they could put a tracker on it. I don't know. Like I said, I personally do not dabble much in equipment financing. For me for us is more about business lending. But I think that, you know, it for on the business lending side, no, we do have options in order for us to go ahead and get that done.
Yep. And we do have the lenders, just like Jose said before, that, you know, will fund I-10s all day. Some of the best businesses out here are really run by guys that have I-10 numbers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
this just happened like this month. It was literally two of my people where I took it to. They kept asking me for proof of residency, proof of citizenship, and I'm going back and forth. And I'm like, is this something new?
Yeah.
So I was just
You know what? That's happened in some places. I actually just to tag on to what you're saying. There was one client that banked with a national bank, all 50 states. Logos are red and white. But you know what? They could not do. They could not finance him for some reason. I don't know why. I was able to get him, I think, $260,000. Right? They declined him, and it was because he was a permanent resident, but he wasn't a citizen. I said, "Are you serious?"
Yep.
Majority. And you know what? I'll tell you this. I went back to his same bank, submitted the file, and it got approved for $50,000. I'm telling you, majority of the times, and I'm not knocking, people that are working in the banking institution, not at all. But sometimes they don't know what it is. I mean, or they don't put the effort to know the different programs. Unfortunately,
well, the teller doesn't really know.
Right,
It really depends who you speak to. We speak in a different level than Well, you're gonna walk in and talk to a teller, and the teller's gonna be like, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
No, you don't decline.
Yeah.
Here's the application. Go fill
And
it
if
out.
you're not doing 7 figures at the end of the year, you don't have the special treatment for the banks.
Correct.
So now we have direct access to the people that do 7-figure clients. So that's who we're talking to, right? So they have different programs than the teller at the bank does. And that's why we get the special treatment.
0% starter. What I want to do
Just
is,
so you know,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
just so you know, on the mortgage end, we do I-10 borrows.
Correct. Exactly. I was just
Just to make that clear.
And also too, just do me a favor. Let's have a conversation. You take my email down, like we say all the time. Jose Martinez, Lendmate Capital. Email address is jmartinez, MARTINEZ at lendmatecapital.com, LENDMATE.com. Send me over an email.
Yeah, I'll hit you up. It's
Perfect.
I'll
And if
hit you up. Thank you very much. I'd love to have a conversation.
of course, 100%. And if you and just before you go, if you need anything on mortgages, it's Stanley. Stanley spelled with an S, right? Stan?
Stanley, spelled with
How else would it be?
No, Stanley.
Oh, yeah.
Stanley at fundrockcapital.com. Stanley
put,
at
I put-
fundrockcapital.com.
I put both emails in the chat for you. 0%
But
starter pack.
also, too, just so you guys know out there that whether they're watching us on the podcast that don't watch this, that don't see it, Stanley at fundrockcapital.com. Fund, FUND, capital.com.
And remember, we do I-10s if you work and live in the United States, but we also do foreign nationals if you don't work and live in the United States. So we can do both.
Stanley, do you do bridge?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Talk to us
Okay.
more about it. Give us the deal. Come on.
Have a
just
scenario?
You get 5 minutes.
Yeah, I got a couple of them. I don't have the sticky note in front of me, but looking for 100 to bridge a deal. I'm waiting for the collateral to come back now. Has like a 760 credit score, so he's got some
Whoa.
versatility. It's in New York too. It's in you guys' backyard.
Hold on. I'm assuming they have an LLC, right?
He has companies, yes.
How
multiple
long?
properties, multiple companies.
For how long?
Multiple companies.
He's an older dude. I don't know the exact date, but I'm not even gonna guess. Over 5 years would
Wow.
be.
Okay, so this is a perfect example. 0%.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you this. This company was based on cross selling, right? You just went and you grabbed the mortgage deal that you assumed
That you
more than
presented.
likely presented to a mortgage guy. You know how easy it is. What if you could tell that client, you know what, I'll get you $100,000 and you don't have to put up collateral.
Well, still put up the collateral.
But
I'm saying the extra 100.
But no. But
one better.
I'll give you 100,000.
Hold. Let me finish. You were saying something.
Go ahead. I'm
Finish.
sorry.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
but
go
I'll
ahead.
do you one better. Tomorrow, I'll send you over the pre-approval he got from somebody else, so we
Okay.
can break it down.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna
anybody
package
you
it.
want.
Now we're talking.
We're gonna package it. We're gonna go ahead and number one beat that rate. I'm very
Facts.
confident in with what Stanley has built. We'll beat that rate, give him the same amount of money plus add another $100,000 to it.
Let's go.
He's gonna send you a Christmas gift, 0%.
Bang, bang.
Stop it.
In
You're
July.
on record.
In July.
We're on record. Trust me. You know why? Because
guarantee stuff.
I'm gonna insure. You want to know why? If your client, as long as your client has, well, you said he has a 700 score. You said
760, yeah.
760. You said that the client has been in business for 5 years or longer. Okay, so 760. I'm going to assume there's no late payments. I am also going to assume that his utilization is below 20%. If not, you said that he has revenue coming in. We'll go ahead and introduce him to the business lending side on revenue-based financing. Grab that, pay down his utilization. If his utilization is above 20%, now it drops down. Do a rapid rescore where it reflects on his Experian report. I'm putting him into now a bank that they love New York business owners.
Yeah.
Give him $100,000, no UCC filing. So that's why I'm saying as long as the client has an
100 no UCC. When they start that?
Two of those.
Oh.
New York has two.
We've been doing that.
Come on, 0%.
we've been doing
We've
it.
been doing that.
We've been doing that.
No,
So-
no. But see, but that's the great part about you, 0%, being a part. It sounds so crazy to call you 0%. You have a first name.
I like that name though. I
Yeah.
want to be called zero. His zero and last name percent.
Stick with their-
Yeah, well, all right, no problem. We'll stick with 0%. Anyway, listen, but now you just got 3 deals in one. You know what I mean? And that client is gonna say, "Wow, my God, 0% is a one-stop shop." You know what I mean? So that's This could turn into something really good for you.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're not trying to take your client away from you.
Not at all.
Leverage us. Use us.
Don't abuse us. Don't abuse
And
us.
abuse us. It doesn't matter.
Use and abuse?
Listen, everything goes in your name. You tell us what it is that what your company name is. When we do a welcome call, it goes under your name. We're not trying to take credit for your clients.
Yeah.
We're your back office.
We're a volume company.
Oh,
We
yeah.
don't benefit at all taking advantage or not taking care of our people in the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people get one deal, get happy, go lucky, and go, oh, you know what? Let me keep this for myself or backdoor. We're about volume. Comes in, goes right back out to you. The more successful you are, the more deals you can bring in, the more successful we are. Symbiotic relationship. So we want to get this. We want to deliver. We have to deliver for you guys. So you guys can start turning around, creating revenue for yourself, and building out your brand. Like I said, go do the social media. Go do the TikToks, do the Instagrams, do the YouTubes. We have no problem. Let us be your back office.
Plus, I definitely want to say this too. I don't know if you guys actually do business with people that you interact with face to face or camera with every week, but we watch some other podcasts, and some of these podcasts, like, they don't really do right by people, and then their community gets right on there and tunes them up every week. So trust me.
And then you can't even get, mind you, the person that you're seeing, this is the uniqueness of us. And I tell you now, and I'm not, once again, going above, guys, when you email Jay Martinez, that goes to the man right there. When you say Stanley at Fund Rock, it goes to me. How many of the people that you're listening to that you could have direct access to? That's the value we're giving. So it's not just lip service. It's not just talking, and then all of a sudden you speak to my assistant going, I don't know what you heard on the podcast, but this is company policy. I'll move it up the food chain. You're talking to the decision makers.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong.
For now.
Our team is robust, right? And customer service, we pride ourselves on it, and we work to improve it every single day. I will never say we're perfect, because perfection leads to imperfection. Okay, so we're always looking at ways to advance it from our representatives, communication. And do we need to work on it? We will. I hope we have to work on it for the next 10, 20 years, because we're always adding value, adding things to serve you guys better. But the most important, like I said, I'm not saying Jose and I are that important where, oh my God, you have my email. I'm saying to the point that we value your deals. We value
No. What we're saying is, you know what? We have the thankfully, we have the experience to be able to make it happen, and we are accessible to you. That's what it means. We understand, and it's because of the cross-selling aspect of it. Not saying that we're any better than you, but just once you understand the cross-selling aspect of it, trust me, it increases.
It opens up a whole nother
reference.
Yes, and listen.
That's like me and Carl's deal today. Two of my guys were struggling on the phone.
Oh,
and they had it on speakerphone.
Oh, yes.
And all of a sudden, while they're talking, maybe I'm dating myself. There's a movie called The Rain Man where he could see numbers in the air and everything makes sense. And I'm sitting there like, hold on, what is the problem with this deal?
I think that was Cheech and Chong.
No,
you sure?
Yeah.
Cheech and Chong.
I don't know.
No, I think that was a movie with Good Will Hunting.
No, the guy Robin Williams. But no, it wasn't
Robin Williams. Okay, Stanley, just get into it.
Go ahead, Stanley.
But based on the fact that I saw they were getting stumped, but I took those couple minutes to jump in and go, hold on. He's like, he doesn't know what it's worth. So we did basic stuff. Jump on Zillow, see what Zillow comes in, explain to the client how appraisals come out with value, because he didn't understand how much his property was worth. Then he was talking about how much money he put into the property acquisition. So sometimes it's not just selling the product, it's educating them to show you're a specialist.
Yes.
You don't watch any Instagram post or commercial unless you or try to learn from someone unless you feel they're a specialist. And I tell people, listen, you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. Watch this podcast and repeat what we say. That's it.
Say not even that, and I think that when that happened, because I think Sarah's phone died, and I said, guy, do me a favor. We have a phone. Just put it on speaker. Why you guys? They were literally like this.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, do me a favor. Just put it on speaker. Put it on speaker. But taking what Stanley said is also understanding what are the resources you have around you, right? A lot of people that are in mortgages. Do me a favor. When you speak to a client and he gives you a property address, you're in front of a computer, right?
Pull it up.
Look it up.
Hello.
Look it up. As a matter of fact, forget about even if just for the price. Look up to see what it looks like. Stanley was like, yo, does it look like that now? And I think he giggled and
Yeah.
laughed. I don't know what the answer was, but
that's a valid question, though.
Because it looked like a crack house.
yeah.
But then the
What is
gentleman
it?
told me he put over
Wait, what-
$200,000.
Stanley, what does a crack house look like?
I know we might have to ask
Crack
Ghost.
house, chip. Yo, no, but he
I couldn't find the
beautified the property. He bought it for I think $9,000. He put a couple $100,000 into it. Need another $100, and it's going to be worth north of $600,000.
He bought it for how much? $9 grand.
$9,000. But this is the caveat, right?
Jeez.
He didn't know. He was worried about what the property was worth. So 2 seconds, I jump on Zillow. I punch in the parameters.
And they have
how
a
many bedrooms,
diagram.
how many bathrooms, multifamily, how far it is, and then I put them at ease, saying,
Mm-hmm.
understand, national appraisers only go out to 6 months, maybe a year, to go because he's like, oh, it's worth 800 because something happened 2 years ago. I'm like, no one goes back 2 years. It's a different market. They're gonna look at what's sold. So then I pulled it up on Zillow with him. Then I went, okay, now let's look at the property. It's hard to say that you're gonna sell for 800 when nothing in your neighborhood sells for 800. Whenever and just for everyone on here, when you see a property sell for more than, let's say, the neighborhood average $500,000 and it sells for 6, 7, there's something about that property. Either new construction properties raise the value, meaning that the appraisal, the way they do the appraisal is different. Versus the as is, they do cost. Or let's say, for example, the comp is only for $500,000, but the person wanted it that bad, where they came in cash for the difference of 50 to 100,000. So that's what makes these markets go up. Okay, so I had to put them at ease, saying the deal's still doable, but this is how you get to your value. But I wasn't born with this knowledge. I learned it, and this is what this community is about. It's about taking the time to learn from people and take what we teach you and expand on it and build on it. You follow me? So that's why I tell people, listen, you hear this podcast, if I was you, I'd record it, write it down, repackage the information we have, and present it as your own.
Correct.
It's really that simple. These stories and experiences we have, you should learn from and copy and paste. That's all I would do all day long.
And you know what, Stanley? I want to piggyback off that just before we do final thoughts because we're approaching 8 p.m. and the last thing we want to do is keep you guys inside during the summer. It's different when we do this during the wintertime. You guys are hanging out since 5 o'clock when it gets dark, but it's summertime. There's a rooftop somewhere that's probably calling your name. So we're gonna wrap this up, but
Or balcony.
or balcony. But no, one thing that I wanted to say, Stanley, to piggyback off what you said is, I mean, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're sharing war stories with you, right? But they're war stories because we always learn from it. Sometimes we're not going to win every deal. We win the majority of deals. We're not going to win every deal, but trust me, that one deal that we don't win, Stanley's going to find a lender for it.
Please don't, Stanley.
Jose is going to figure out, and he's going to keep his ear to the ground to figure out which national bank or sometimes which regional bank is going to go ahead and come up with that program for that particular person, or if that person, is in their footprint. So there's always ways to navigate losses, but learn from your losses.
Yep.
Or learn from our losses. That'll be the best bet, so you don't have to physically, actually, or mentally, or emotionally go through that shit. You know what I mean?
This goes out to everyone out there in YouTube land, right?
YouTube.
This is what we're going to do. I don't think we've done it before because we just wanted to make it accessible to our affiliates. I'm gonna.
I've never done it before.
I'm gonna mute his mic
Lucas
right
is
now.
scared. Lucas is scared.
No. This is what I want to do. You want to know why? Because we need to make you believers compared to everybody else.
8
If you're in
o'clock.
no, but listen, if you are in the state of New York, New Jersey, and Florida, and you have a 680 plus credit score, send me an email. Let's talk about how I can get you stated business lines of credit that you've only been in business for 2 years.
Okay.
Jay Martinez at letmakecapital.com. Don't forget the capital.
Remember, Florida, New York, New Jersey. I will talk to you. As a matter of fact, I will throw on the west side, California. You have to obviously be in a footprint, but let's talk about how you can qualify for a business line of credit. No income documentation, no tax returns, no bank statements. The only thing I will ask of you is email me over the application. Email me the application so we can figure out if you're within footprint and if your credit score actually makes the cut, the utilization makes the cut. Increase, we're not really concerned about, but utilization, credit score And very important, you have to have at least 2 personal credit cards with a $2,500 credit limit or greater. You want to know why? No one's going to give you $100,000 if you only have $300 credit cards.
They don't know if you know how to manage credit properly.
That's fact.
it.
Okay. All right. Let's do final thoughts. Lucas, we're gonna start with you.
No, start Stanley, please. Stanley's gonna do like the whole monologue stuff.
Nah, I'm gonna make it very simple.
Oh, look, the people want it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna do it very simple, right? And this is how it goes, right? I'm not gonna make it long. It's just very simple. Something that I learned as a youth. A smart man learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others.
Pause.
Wait, that's it?
That was it?
Hold on, time out. Pause. Stop. DJ, cut the music.
Oh, why?
This guy Stanley is absolutely fucking crazy, and I have to tell you guys because I mean, listen. This is something that we say all the time. And he just came and tried to drop a bar on you guys. Like that was like a mic drop moment.
Why not?
No. But that is kind of fire. He said it because I mean,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, I know he said it funny and he just like did it drop the mic moment. But Stanley, you just want to just say what that actually means because you said it. And
They're speechless.
Translate it.
Translate it, yeah.
Okay, I'll translate it.
Because it is fire. I want them to really understand.
It does.
It's what this community is about. And we, like Daryl was saying, war stories. We went through it, right? But that doesn't mean you have to go through it too.
Correct.
You by us getting the experience and going through having the battle scars, it's so you don't. So I'm gonna tell you, it's like when we're playing kids as video games, and you're like your big brother or sister goes, "Yo, go left at this corner, go right," because they played before you and they went the wrong way already. They already used 7 different lives and died. So they're sitting there going, "Yo, look, learn from my mistakes." That's it. And that's why we always tell people there's no difference between you or I. I just started before you.
Yep.
That's it.
And I
so
think-
be wise. You
and I
don't have to
think-
be smart.
And I think another thing you were trying to really say is deals are never gone. They just need new packaging, right? There's always a way to new packaging.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Lucas?
Piggyback on that, I would say that the worst time to pull out is exactly when you should be pushing forward.
Oh,
Right?
Jesus.
If that's not baby making, I don't know what.
You know what, Darryl? We're gonna let you say the last final thought.
Yeah,
so let me.
you sort of wrap it up.
You're gonna wrap it up.
Please, if you're going out the end, yeah.
Listen, it's just very important. We have the cheat code. You know, a lot of people that can relate to this is up, up, down, down, left, right, select, start. Right? I think that's what it was for Cobra.
Wow.
Listen, this is the cheat code to becoming successful in a sense that we've already done everything. We know what works and what does not work. Do me a favor, just evaluate yourself. Do you really want it that bad? Right? Because a lot of the times this may not be for you, but I think it's for a lot of people. The reason why you're tuning in today, the only reason why you clicked on the YouTube channel, the only reason why you joined Brokers Connection is because you wanted or you felt there was more.
Yep.
Do me a favor, just put it in perspective. If you're going to go ahead and join Brokers Connection, actually join Brokers Connection. Take the courses, take the videos, take the training, use the CRM. I cannot enforce that enough. Please use the CRM. August 1st, there's going to be a new rollout, and it's going to be beneficial for everyone because we don't want to do the work anymore. You guys are professionals. You guys are you're sending us over deals half the time that you can close on your own. Why let someone else determine if the deal's going to close or not?
Let's not say do the work. Or we don't want to do the work. The thing is, we want you to, like, on the job training. You deserve to get the joy we get of closing a loan. You deserve to feel like you're eating what you killed.
No, I just don't want. We don't want to do the work anymore. No joking aside. You know what? Why should someone? And I say that because of this. Do not let anyone control your destiny. Do not let anyone control your money. That's what I mean by doing the work. And you know, I understand what Stanley was saying. And he's 100% correct. But I'm just saying is, you probably do cash advances. You probably sell business credit cards. You probably do term loans. You probably know how to sell it better than half the guys over here, possibly. But let us just give you the approval. Learn the CRM. Learn the program. August 1st, that's going to be huge for you guys because you're going to make more money.
If you know how to hunt you should eat the majority of it.
Mhm.
There's no reason why you should do the hunting and then you should have to share any of it with us if you did all the hunting. You know what I mean? And that's really it. I like to generate my own deals, and I like to fund my own deals, and I like to get that nice big check at the end of the day from doing all the work myself. I don't want to really have to split it with anybody else. So, that's one thing that these three gentlemen right here on this panel, besides myself, they want you guys to feel that same joy where that X amount that you're going to get paid on the deal can now be Y, and you're going to be way more happier with the Y. So that's pretty much why. Not why. So that's why we're going to get into it. But really quick, Alfonso R said, "I'll be in touch with you, Jose. I have clients with that profile for lines of credit." Shout out Alfonso.
Love it.
Ladies and gentlemen. And a 0% last thing said, "Love it. Sounds juicy as fuck." That's a fact. Probably
He didn't say fuck. I know.
AF. He said AF.
Well, AF. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna button this up really quick. Again, the market really doesn't decide your income. It shouldn't. Your actions do. And every deal that you think doesn't exist right now is simply waiting for the right broker to show up. Be that guy. Be that person that's going to show up, that's going to be sharp as a tack, that's going to be an expert in their field. Because, again, people are going to listen to you a little bit more if you're an expert at your craft. And at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we're the company out here that's trying to get you guys paid more on your deals. Nobody else trying to do that. People trying to take from you. They want your deals. They want to pay you less. We want your deals. We want to pay you more. But we want you guys to be able to kill what you guys, like whatever you guys hunt, we want you guys to be able to eat the whole pie or the majority of the pie. And that's what we're here for. And we're here.
Eat American pie.
Well, listen to our war stories.
You're not trying to be all up in your videos.
No. And if the broker shop, you guys are going to be all up in your videos, dancing. From the death row. No, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in on our 34th segment. Again, we're gonna roll out something for August 1st.
August 1st.
So next week's pod, make sure you guys tune in so that you guys can be in the know of what we're rolling out.
And if you want to see what programs we offer, go to brokersconnectiongroup.com. You want to learn more about the programs that we, how it works. I'm sorry. If you want to learn more about the programs that we offer individually in each department, go to lendmecapital.com. You can learn all about our business lending programs. Go to fundrockcapital.com to learn all about our mortgage programs. You have any questions, please send us over an email. It's on there. If not, send me an email if you want to learn about business lending, what programs are available. jmartinez@lendmecapital.com. And Stanley, if they want to learn about mortgages, where should they send an email?
Stanley@fundrockcapital.com.
And ladies and gentlemen, we started off this podcast talking about how Albert's bank really didn't hook him up. And then we let you guys also know that we got Albert $250,000.
Albert, come here.
We got Albert $250,000. We got Albert $250,000 through the programs that he didn't even believe existed. So he's a testimony. And if you guys need a little loan or something, hit Albert up, all right?
He has a line of credit.
He's here, bars.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Good night.